Thank you. My name's Nico Magayon. I'm a UW-Madison alum. I actually live on Olin Street, so this is geographically where I need to be. I'm lucky and privileged enough where I can leave my doors unlocked on Olin Street. But
Don't give an address.
Right. But I know that isn't always the case here on the sunny side. So I've got two questions. One is kind of a more glass half empty, accounting for why we're here as a community, what has happened, and a more glass half full about the community that we need to foster to create those equitable outcomes. So, my first question is, what you've identified that there's a constellation, there's a whole mosaic of why there's a lack of equity here in Madison, especially for folks of color. And we've heard also the added caveat of personal responsibility and agency as a part of that as well. But just within the police prison that you all have control and ownership over, what types of policies and procedures do you think contribute to the 8-to-1 disparity? And then my second question, this is the glass half full part. Like Yolanda highlighted, back in September, you came to UW-Madison's campus and set up a very specific and direct relationship with students at that campus. And You tried, yep. And I'm doing work with students from around the state with United Council. And this weekend we're having a civic engagement opportunity where we'll be talking about, and we'll be doing this throughout the semester, giving civic engagement opportunities to K through 12 youth and higher education students as well to set up specific and direct partnerships with their campus and community police around the state, including right here in Madison. So as you wrap up this kind of phase in collecting community voice, what does specific and direct partnership look like with community members moving forward now?
Oh, that's great. Whoa! The question has been so tough. This is the Catholic Center, so God's giving me a sign.
He disappeared.
Everybody got their gun?
I really appreciate the question because as I look at the 6 sessions that we've tried to synthesize and get some sense of community sentiment and things, there have been some emergent themes that I've definitely been able to tap into, and that is people who at least say that we want you in the neighborhoods. I'm willing to say we have to look at the quality of the context that those neighborhood engagements look like. I think that's fair. I also, it hasn't come up here today, which is sort of surprising to me, but I've been amazed at how many people have voiced concern, very animated concern, about what role cameras will play with the Madison Police Department in the years to come. I guess that because I had seen the phenomena in so many other bigger markets across the country with everybody like going into a land grab, buying these things and creating cameras, I sort of expected that I would hear more of that because there would be a suggestion that with cameras, that we equate that with greater transparency and we want the cops to be transparent. But in going to one of the teach-ins actually that was they're not here, I would give them credit, but it was actually a debate, and on one side of the debate was the Young, Gifted, and Black Coalition. And we couldn't have been in more complete harmony and agreement because I agree with M when she says just because you have transparency, that doesn't mean you're going to have accountability. And I couldn't agree more with it because I think at the end of the day, this community is much more concerned with, at the end of the day, that we be accountable. The fact that we're recording cops behaving badly, that really doesn't get to the egg, to the crucible of what they're looking at, and that is we want our cops to be accountable, as do I. What I think what we do is that by me being here, and by the way, I don't travel with a road crew, these guys, you all volunteer to come here, so that's fine. I think I can take care of myself. But I think what the beauty of these sessions is that these officers are hearing too. Not through me sending an email or doing a videotape. They're hearing visceral, organic questions, comments, and criticisms, which they then in turn have to at some point start processing it. Am I part of this problem, or am I contributing to better, more qualitative, healthier engagement. I don't know how you couldn't be here and be in uniform and not feel sort of affected by the scrutiny and the difficult conversations that have occurred today. And so I think that therein lies the benefit in that I never thought that I would necessarily be able to achieve some measurables by having the forums, but it's infinitely important that we hear what those issues are, and it gives us sort of an understanding of where the community wants more activism on the part of the police.
Right, two more, we had someone.
The first part of his question was also what policies and procedures are a part of your department, that leads to 8-to-1 disparity, and I don't think you addressed that.
It was in our code of conduct is that we obviously have the same constitutional precepts that have been codified. So there's no racial profiling, equal protection of the laws, appropriate use of discretion. All of those things go to the core of what those policies are.
But the numbers don't reflect that, and I think that's what people are bringing up here tonight. But go ahead and answer this question.